But I was told that if I get too much training, if I get all this certificate and I get really good with my gun, some prosecutor is going to be able to use that in court to make it look like I'm some nut job out there. So why should I bother to do all that stuff? What are we going to talk about today? Training in firearms and how it relates to your self-defense. So it's a question that I get all the time. Hey, I've been told either by my training officer or my friends or the internet or CNN, who the hell knows, that if I get a bunch of training, that if I go to take all these classes and I get really good at my firearm, I take the FBI training course, I learn how to draw it out of my holster, I get really good at shooting all my bullets through one tiny little hole, and it's always on the head, straight through the center or the heart, that all that stuff is going to be used against me in a trial. So let's say somebody attacks me and I shoot them in a self-defense situation, and then I go to trial. They're going to bring in all these people to say, well, she or he went to all this training. They became an expert with a gun. They spent hours and hours at the range learning how to shoot all these little holes. They got all these different certificates on how to train with a firearm. That's not how somebody who is worried about self-defense acts. If somebody's worried about self-defense, they just go buy a gun. They get some minimal training on how to shoot properly because they're not out looking for trouble. They're not out looking to kill somebody. They're just out there looking to live their lives. And if they find themselves in an unfortunate situation, they just need to know some minimal training in order to scare the person off or to protect themselves so they can run away. If somebody's actually training, if somebody's learning how to shoot dead center through the brain or dead center through the heart, or learning all these techniques and carrying all these special holsters and learning how to hide and cover and seek that stuff, why do you need cover if it's in a self-defense shooting? Aren't you just going to run away? Why are you learning to hide behind things? Why do you need to know the difference between concealment and cover? Because you're just trying to get away. If you learn all those things, the only reason you're learning all those things is because you want to be in a firefight. You want to shoot at a bunch of people, and you want to probably kill somebody because you're a psycho nut job with a gun. So, is that realistic? Those might be horror stories that you hear out there. Is that really realistic? I'm going to say no. Is it possible that you could get some crazy left-wing prosecutor who is going to make an argument like that? Sure, I've seen prosecutors make all kinds of arguments about weird things, especially when it comes to guns. However, I've never seen them do something like that. I've never had anybody have their training used against them in court to convince a jury that they're psychos with guns. Because the easy response to that as a defense attorney is you call these people who gave them the training and you ask them, why are you doing the training? What is it that you're getting out of it? And they, as experts, can get up there and say, this is why we train, because it's better to know these things. You need to know concealment and cover, because what if you can't escape? What if there's more than one attacker? That's why we need to learn how to draw from our holster. So I don't think it's a situation where it's ever going to hurt you in court. I would rather, even as a defense attorney, have somebody have too much training and deal with it in court if we have to, than not enough training. Because when you don't have enough training, that's when you find yourself putting yourself in situations that maybe you shouldn't be in, using your firearm not correctly because you don't know how to draw it, and so you do something crazy or bad, or you don't know the difference between concealment and cover, or you don't know that you're only supposed to shoot to stop and not to shoot to kill. Those are all the things that you learn during training. So as a defense attorney, I would find it more favorable to have somebody who's overtrained that I can present in front of a jury as somebody who takes this carrying a firearm responsibly, takes it seriously, and with great power comes great responsibility, and they know that, and therefore they went through this training so that if they were ever in this situation, they would know how to do it correctly and safely. So get all the training you can. You should get as much training as you can, and do not worry about whether some prosecutor out there is going to try and hold that training against you in court, because most likely they're not going to. Again, I've never seen it, and a defense attorney worth his weight in gold would shred the crap out of a case like that if they really try to present that as a situation. So set that concern aside, get all the training that you can get. You should get as much training as you can to learn how to properly use it. And the defense attorneys will worry about any kind of crap that comes up in court with your training. So get your training, be safe with your firearm, know how to use it. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching. If you like my content, please like, share it, subscribe, comment down below. It really helps the algorithm. And until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, stay vigilant, and as always, carry on.